Good morning everyone. Here we will discuss more questions of inverse trigonometric terms. जो हमने पहले किया था, what we have done before that, you have to, when your question is like inverse is outside and sin theta term is inside, you have to check for the domain of whatever term like trigonometric term is placed inside the this bracket. But now if my question is changed, in place of, because if this is sine, so instead of theta, if some numeric value is written, then how you will solve this type of question? So in this case, first I told you that if negative angle is there, so that means 360 degree is silent it here. Like if here 10 is there, then you will think about this 10 value, so that is 3 pi minus 10. So we'll consider this as 3 pi minus 10. So that is lies between minus pi by 2 and pi by 2. So that is the domain of this sin theta. Okay, now when you elaborate this 3 pi minus 10, so that is sine 3 pi minus 10. So if I shift that into the range of 2 pi, so 2 pi plus pi minus 10. Okay, so this pi minus 10 become arranged with this angle, and this 360 degree plus theta, so that reaches to our first quadrant. So that means first quadrant sign is positive, and in this 360 degree no trigonometric term value is changed. So that becomes sine pi minus 10. So that means if sine 180 minus 10 is there, so that exactly means that is sine 10, because in second quadrant sine is positive. So instead of sine 10 here we apply, because this is sine 10 value is the value of sine 3 pi minus 10. So in place of sine 10 we apply sine 3 pi minus 10. Now what you will do, you will cancel this sine inverse and your answer will be 3 pi minus 10. So next, if this is tan inverse tan minus 6, negative minus 6 is there first, suppose that it will be 2 pi minus 6. So that belongs to round bracket of minus pi by 2 and pi by 2, because in tan domain is minus pi by 2 and pi by 2 is not included. Between value minus pi by 2 and pi by 2 is there. So now if you apply this with tan 2 pi minus 6, so what will happen? So here when you elaborate this one, like you will write 2 pi plus minus 6. Okay, so that is equal to, in this case I'm just only goes with this bracket. Okay, so that will be tan minus 6. This is 2 pi minus 6, or we can go with our fourth quadrant, tan is negative, so that is tan minus 6. So now in place of tan minus 6 I replace this value 2 pi minus 6, so that is tan inverse tan 2 pi minus 6. The tan is cancelled, so my value is 2 pi minus 6 as this cos inverse cos 12 and sin inverse sin 12 is there. First you have to think about the 12 value. So if suppose 12 lies between 0 to pi, okay, so it will be 4 pi minus 12 in case of cos. First I go with the cos value, so that belongs to 0 to pi. Okay, but in the second case here, in this sign, so values lies between minus pi by 2 to pi. So in that case will be minus 4 pi plus 12 will be considered as, that lies between minus pi by 2 and pi by 2, in which both value will be included, like minus pi by 2 and pi by 2. Now you have to go with further. So if I apply it here, like cos 4 pi minus 12. Okay, so this is the 2 into 2 pi. If you look at this value, this will be 2 pi into 2 minus 12 is there. Okay, so this is again refer to in the 2 round of 360 degree, and 360 degree minus theta, fourth quadrant, cos theta is positive, so it will be cos 12. So that is exactly same as, so that means instead of cos 12 I can go with this cos 4 pi minus 12. Similarly, now move to this way. So what will be the here value? So if I go with this like sine value here, sine minus 4 pi plus 12. Okay, so this is minus 4 pi, right? So how you will identify the value it here? So this is a negative sign. If you take suppose negative sign common it here, this is 4 pi minus 12. So if we go with like that, and here sine minus theta, so that means here roundabout that value is silent. It means your angle is 360 degrees, a multiple of 360 degree here, that is a silent. And we already done previous that if sine minus theta is there, we can consider as minus sine theta, right? So that is our previous formula. Okay, so if we apply this formula here, that becomes minus sine 4 pi minus 12. Okay, so this 4 pi is the multiple of 2 pi, like 2 into 2 pi minus 12. So ultimately this is a 360 degree, is a multiple of 360 degree minus 12, and that is the fourth quadrant. Sine theta is negative, so that is minus sine 12. So that become sine 12. Okay, so that means instead of sine 12 I can replace the value of sine minus 4 pi plus 12. Now I got the value in place of numerical value as proper angle value. So now I replace this value in my question. Now here cos inverse cos 12, cos 12 changes to, if I apply it here, now my cos 12 changes to cos 4 pi minus 12, cos inverse cos 4 pi minus 12, and here minus sine inverse, and sine 12 changes to sine minus 4 pi, sine minus 4 pi plus 12. Okay, so this sign will be cancelled and cos inverse cancelled with the cos. So 4 pi minus 12 minus minus 4 pi plus 12 is left. Now I solve that one. 4 pi minus 12 plus 4 pi, then minus 12. Okay, so that means here this become positive sign and this become negative. So my ultimate answer is 8 pi minus 24. So this is my